Bitcoin is the fountain of youth. A lot of you may know this. I'm just going to talk about it because I feel like it's important, for the people that maybe don't know, or that maybe, thought about this, but nobody has really said it. So it's like, sometimes it's good to get confirmation. I view Bitcoin as sort of like an energy time capsule. I feel like that's weird, but I'm going to explain kind of what I'm getting at. So you work, you make money, you save money. You're already in a losing battle because of inflation. Just by the dollar. We're not talking about inflation in the grocery stores. That's more than what they say it is, because we all know they're lying. They're full of BS. But Bitcoin is like this new thing that you could basically take your money, right? Like imagine, right, like you took $100,000, right? And you buried it and you came back today. That 100,000 that you buried in, let's say, 2000 is worth way less now. Like in 2000, if you had 100 racks, you were seriously living. Now, if you have 100 racks, obviously you're still up, but it doesn't mean nearly as much as it did back then. And I'm the type of guy where it's like, if I could take one Bitcoin from launch date, stick it in the ground, even at that point, it'd be worth like not even that much. So if you took 100,000 in Bitcoin at the start date, dropped it in the ground, and came back to it now, you'd have so much money. And I don't always believe this for all the altcoins either. I like altcoins, I guess, but I'm strictly Bitcoin just because there's already enough variables. This is already crazy enough. You don't need to. I like playing around with money in some of these altcoins, but besides that, I'm not going any further. Bitcoin is a way where you can get your energy back, and you've made energy, right? You don't make really anything by storing anything, any money. Now, if you had bought, let's say, 1,000 boxes of base set first edition Pokemon, that also is a way of an energy kind of a saver. Because if you were to bury that and came back to it today, dude, you'd be so loaded. So this is the mindset people have to start getting. And the best thing you could buy is Bitcoin because it's already so low in scarcity. And there's so little left that if you took, let's say, 100,000 now, right? Take 100,000 now. Even though I don't have 100,000, I'll be honest. I mean, dude, I'm not even gonna, but you could take that, right? And imagine what that would be in 15, 20 years. You would have so much economic energy, it would be scary. Now, I have a decent bit of Bitcoin. I have enough to where it can be safely stored, and in 15, 20 years, man, be loaded. But I don't really care about money. But the only reason I'm doing this is so that it's so funny. I'm not really that materialistic, but the society preys on you so much that you have to almost become materialistic. Not even materialistic, just good with money. So it's like you have to figure this out. But hey, man, if you're not very bright, like me, if you really don't know too much what to do, you can literally just buy Bitcoin. And I'm not even a fan of people just buying something and just being like, oh, toss your phone away, man, you'll be rich. It's like, I feel like that's like the lazy man's way out. But even so, if you would just take $1,000 and put it in the Bitcoin, put it in the comments, how much do you think $1,000 of Bitcoin will be in 15 years? What? Maybe 100 grand? Could be. I believe it's possible. In 15, 20 years, $1,000 of Bitcoin may probably get you 75 grand, maybe more. And it's so nice because even in this bull run, when interest rates hit zero, I may just get a loan. Why even sell my Bitcoin? Just get a loan. And then I'll do whatever I have to do. And I'll pay them back within 10 years or whatever the deal is. And by that point, I'll be super rich. So all I'm saying is, if you want to preserve your energy, and you know how you go to work and you come home and then you're like, oh, dude, I'm so exhausted. You want to be able to tap into that energy 15 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later. You don't want to have to rework harder just to get that same energy back that's not even worth it much. I want my energy to go far. This is why I buy Bitcoin. And I buy other stuff too. I don't know why people are so disappointed when I say I buy other stuff. This print here, Picasso print, $50. It's not autographed or it's not like official print, but it's like I don't know how they do it. But either way, man, just buy assets. Buy something that in the future somebody will be like, dang man, how'd you get a hold of that? That's what you need to be. But my whole thing is, cut the BS. Don't make it difficult. Just buy Bitcoin. Like, after you get your Bitcoin position solidified, then maybe try to work on some other stuff, like other smaller things. And if you can't, well, that's the beauty of it. I was going to say if you can't afford Bitcoin, but you can. If I paid $50 for this print, right? Well, I'm sure you can come up with $50. You can put $50 in Bitcoin. If you can't, it goes all the way down to 7 cents on Robinhood. You can't tell me you can't afford Bitcoin currently. I mean, hell, even once Bitcoin goes to $1 million, you still have money. You can still buy. Just saying, you want to save your economic energy. And also, I'm not lazy. Dude, I don't want to be stuck doing this menial BS, man. Dude, I have plans, man. I gotta get out of here, man. So, I've been buying like a ferocious animal. I'll probably keep buying until I see something happens. Because I'm already this pissed off. They've already pushed me this far. There is no turning back. I have to keep buying assets. And sometimes I leverage. Sometimes I buy other assets with the credit card because I'm leveraging. But that's not really the best option. But it's what I do sometimes. But all I'm saying is, man, you better get a hold of something or you're going to have nothing. And then, now you got to deal with inflation that's going to be higher because of all this money printing and interest rate cuts. You better be ready. Because it's coming. Bitcoin is the fountain of youth. Leave it in the comments, man. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with Bitcoin being the, kind of like the fountain of youth? I think so.